Hello everyone, you're watching Awaz News. I'm Kubra Ali and I'll be taking you through big news across Canada. Police are searching for multiple suspects after a teenage boy was stabbed at a community center in Vaughan Wednesday afternoon. York Regional Police responded to the Velour Village Community Center on Western Road north of Rutherford Road just after 3:30 p.m. for a stabbing. When officers arrived, they located a young person with non-life-threatening injuries. The teen was taken to the hospital. Meanwhile, police said an unknown number of the suspects fled the area in a dark-colored SUV. No descriptions of the suspects have been released. Attack appears not to be random, police said in a social media post, adding that there is no immediate risk to the public. Toronto police have identified the 15-year-old boy shot and killed in the Mount Dennis neighborhood over the weekend. Police say Jack is the city's 14th homicide victim of the year. The witness told Awaz News on Monday that Jack was with two friends near a bench in the area of Buttonwood and Charlton Settlement Avenues west of Western Road and Jane Street when he was shot Saturday night. He recounted hearing the friends asking for help while carrying Jack. The witness said he called 911 but was put on hold for 10 to 15 minutes, prompting him to flag down a passing vehicle to try to get the boy some help at the nearby West Park Healthcare Center. Police say Jack was later transported to a trauma center where he died shortly after. The suspect fled the area before officers arrived. Police say no description has been released. The motive behind the shooting is still unknown. Homicide investigators are asking anyone with the information to call them at 416-808-7400 or Crime Stoppers anonymously. Meanwhile, Toronto Paramedic Services is reviewing their response time to the shooting. On Tuesday, Mayor Olivia Chow responding the reports that the first caller had to wait 6 minutes and 43 seconds before they could speak to someone called it unacceptable. A 21-year-old man has died in hospital after colliding with the SUV while riding his e-scooter in Pickering. Provincial police say it happened on the on-ramp to Highway 401 at Liverpool Road on the afternoon of June 4th. Ontario Provincial Police said the e-scooter was crossing on-ramp when the collision occurred. The rider suffered serious injuries and was transported to a Toronto area trauma center where police say he died 5 days later. Meanwhile, the driver of the SUV remained at the scene. Police are urging anyone with the information about the collision to contact them at 905-668-3388. IKEA is asking Canadian customers who bought a specific kind of garlic press to stop using it because small metal pieces could detach and potentially be eaten. The Swedish home furnishing giant is recalling its Chinese-made black 365 plus Wortwall garlic press. Affected customers can visit an IKEA Canadian store and return the product for a full refund without requiring a receipt or any other proof of purchase, Alicia Carroll, public relations leader with IKEA Canada, wrote in an email to Awaz News on Monday. A production error caused the problem after it conducted an internal investigation, according to the IKEA on its website Wednesday. The product was sold in Canada with the article numbers 305.781.89 and 201.521.858. In other countries, it was sold under the article number 601.636.02. The products have date stamps from 2411 to 2522 with the first two digits indicating the year and the last two digits being the week of the year. Carroll said the article number and the date stamp would be found on the original packaging, or the affected products can be identified by a marking on the upper handle. IKEA reported that 10,712 affected products were sold in Canada, according to the Health Canada's advisory online about the recall. It said they were sold from April 2024 to May 2025. IKEA has received no reports of the incidents or injuries in Canada as of June 9th, according to the recall. Globally, the company received 3 reports of incidents involving minor hand injuries, such as a scratch or a splinter. IKEA advises customers to spread the word about the recall, particularly if they know whether it was lent or sold to someone else. Health Canada encourages customers to report any health and safety incidents related to using this product or any other items by filling out the Consumer Product Incident Report form. The US and Canada have intensified talks for an economic and security deal in recent weeks, with a framework for such an arrangement trading hands between the two parties, sources tell Awaz News. Sources who spoke to Awaz News on the condition of anonymity all universally cautioned the finalizing of such a deal requires sign-off directly from US President Donald Trump, and there are no explicit assurances that will happen on a certain timeline. A senior government sources speaking on background also confirmed that documents are going back and forth between Canadian and American sides of the negotiating table, but would not confirm the documents' contents. The source described it as part of a normal negotiation, adding the government will not negotiate in public. Sources say there has been substantial progress on a deal, but that Trump's own mercurial nature, plus recent domestic pressures such as the protests in Los Angeles and the precedent feud with the billionaire entrepreneur Elon Musk, are making any certainty around a timeline even more unpredictable. The US and Canada have been embroiled in a trade war since February, when the president began implementing a series of tariffs on Canadian goods. Prime Minister Mark Carney has frequently said in the response to Trump's levies that the decades-old Canada-US relationship is over, but that a new economic and security relationship between the two countries remains possible. Last week, Industry Minister Melanie Joly confirmed Carney and Trump have been in direct talks in recent weeks, with readouts of those calls not being made public. Toronto police said they are investigating 3 separate incidents at an elementary school in Scarborough involving unspecified threats. The school in question is North Agincourt Junior Public School at 60 Moran Road, which is west of Midland Avenue and north of Shepherd Avenue East. A letter sent home to parents, guardians, and caregivers on May 30th indicated that on the morning of May 29, the school was vandalized with offensive and threatening graffiti on the side of one of its portable classrooms. It also said that similar graffiti was also identified at the school on May 20th. Days later, on June 2nd, the school sent home a second communication advising the school community that the building was temporarily evacuated earlier that day as a precaution after a letter was delivered to the school office containing an unidentified substance. The school said that roughly an hour later, Toronto Police and Fire Services advised them that they could safely return to the building after it was determined that the substance was harmless and there was no threat to the school. The board would not comment further on the incidents. Toronto confirmed to Awaz News that there is an ongoing investigation involving allegations of mischief and threatening at the school. Police added that there is no threat to public safety in regard to these incidents. The investigations are very active and ongoing, a media officer wrote in an email. Ontario Provincial Police said a lengthy investigation into the death of an infant in Wawa in 2023 has resulted in manslaughter charges for 2 suspects. The infant was showing no vital signs when brought to the hospital in Wawa by the family members at 7 p.m. on December 2nd, 2023. A thorough investigation was conducted by the Sault Ste. Marie and Superior East OPP crime units under the direction of the OPP Criminal Investigation Branch with assistance from the OPP Forensic Identification Services and the OPP Regional Support Team in the conjunction with the Office of the Chief Coroner and the Ontario Forensic Pathology Service, police said in a news release Wednesday evening. The suspect, a 28-year-old from Sault Ste. Marie and a 31-year-old from Golace River, have both been charged with manslaughter. Both accused remain in custody and were scheduled to appear before the Ontario Court of Justice in Sault Ste. Marie on Wednesday. That's it for now. I'm Kurali signing off. See you tomorrow, same time, same channel. Have a good night.